Hello students, welcome to Sri Classes. We'll begin with a new chapter in mathematics, coordinate geometry, the introduction of which has already been done in your ninth standard. But let me take up a small introduction about the Cartesian plane, and then I'll begin with the coordinate geometry. This is relatively a simple chapter, but you must know the geometrical concepts. All the geometry that you have studied in your all previous years would be put for a test in this chapter. So your geometry needs to be quite good with respect to the properties of squares, triangles, parallelograms, quadrilaterals, circles, etc. So that if you know those properties, then definitely this chapter would be much easier, relatively much easier. Okay, so the chapter flow goes like this. This is the chapter flow. Introduction to Cartesian plane. This was done in your ninth, but we'll do once again. And distance formula. Problems on geometrical figures. Here we have to use this distance formula to calculate and validate a particular geometrical figure, and therefore you must know about the properties of all geometrical figures such as square, rectangle, parallelogram, and quadrilaterals, circles, triangles, etc. Okay, and then comes the section formula. Midpoint formula. Midpoint formula is an extension of a section formula, which can be derived from the section formula. And then the formula for area of a triangle, how to calculate the area of a triangle using the coordinate geometry, and what is the formula for that, and finally formula for centroid of a triangle. Okay, this is how the chapter flow, and it is better you note down all these points of discussion, so that in the first page, if it is there, probably it gives a very good idea what is this chapter covers. Okay, that is one thing. And another thing with respect to numericals, I'll be taking the numericals from textbook as well as from RDS, so that it is a combination over here. It is not that I'll first solve the textbook numericals and RDS, not like that. I'll be picking up randomly most of these numericals, and under as much as possible these sections. In that case, it would be easier to trace also to a particular concept. So that is how I'll start with. So first you note down these things, and then I'll begin with introduction to a Cartesian plane. Note down this first. Yeah, now let us see introduction to a Cartesian plane. This is how, if I represent these two axes in a plane, this plane is called a Cartesian plane. How this plane is formed? This plane is formed by two axes, AX, ES. Axis is plural and AX, IS is singular. This is formed by two axes, X, X dash and Y, Y dash. X, X dash is called X axis, Y, Y dash is called Y axis. If you observe very carefully, X, X dash and Y, Y dash, these are nothing but two number lines. See here, this is a number line, X 0 here, X, X dash is a number line. Towards the right side of the 0, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. Towards the left side, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Here also, this is a number line, but only difference is I have tilted this number line. Instead of horizontal number line, it is a vertical number line. So in the vertical number line, 0 is at the center. Above 0, all these are positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, positive numbers, and below 0, negative numbers. So when these two number lines intersect at O, mutually perpendicular to each other, then it generates a Cartesian plane, isn't it? When two number lines are arranged mutually perpendicular to horizontal and vertical number lines are arranged mutually perpendicular to each other, it generates a Cartesian plane. This is how it looks like. So a Cartesian plane, in a Cartesian plane, these two number lines are henceforth I will call as axis. This is X axis and this is Y axis. So in a Cartesian plane, the X axis and Y axis, they divide the Cartesian plane into four quadrants: Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Clear? Now important points here, few points I have written which are to be noted here. First one, points are represented by always capital letters. It is a general practice to represent the points with capital letters, capital A, capital B. You can use any letter for representation. But generally O is specified for the origin. O represents origin. So here at this point is O here. What are the coordinates? We'll see what are the coordinates of that later. Generally points are represented by capital letters like this, P, X, Y. And there is a separation here. These two values are comma separated. The first one is called X coordinate, the next is called Y coordinate. Always to represent a point, X coordinate should be written first and next Y coordinate. Is it clear? Next, I'll take one example, point A34. In this, point is A, the coordinates of the point are 3, 4. 3 is called the X coordinate and 4 is called the Y coordinate. Is it clear? If I take one more point, see here, point P, 2, 3. Point is represented by P, X coordinate is 2 and Y coordinate is 3. There is an alternate name also you should know. For X coordinate, abscissa is the alternate name, and for Y coordinate, ordinate is the alternate name. So you must be familiar with both abscissa and ordinate. The meaning of abscissa and ordinate is nothing but abscissa represents X coordinate and ordinate represents Y coordinate. For example, Q -4, 3. Identify abscissa and ordinate. Abscissa is X coordinate, which is -4, and ordinate is Y coordinate, which is 3 here. Okay, X coordinate is the one which is measured along the X axis, Y coordinate is the one which is measured along the Y axis. Okay, so this is over. And next, point on X axis. Generally the point on X axis is represented by X, 0, because any point if I take on this X axis, any point, what is the value of the Y coordinate? It is 0 only, and therefore a general representation of a point on X axis is P, X, 0, whereas the point on Y axis is 0, Y. Any point if I take on this Y axis, on that axis the X coordinate will be 0, and hence a point on Y coordinate is represented by first X coordinate, next Y coordinate. X coordinate is 0, Y coordinate is Y in this case. So you must be knowing how to represent a point on X axis and how to represent a point on Y axis. Next here, third one, origin is represented by O, and the coordinates of the origin are 0, 0. Both X is 0 here and Y is also 0 here. Next, represent P, 2, 3 and Q -4, 3. Let us try to represent these 2 points on this one. So P, 2, 3 meaning X coordinate is 2 and Y coordinate is 3. So how do you represent it? Along the X axis, move by 2 units, 1, 2 here. Along the Y axis, move by 3 units. Along the Y axis, move by 3 units. Along the X by 2 units. The point of intersection of these two is nothing but this point is P, 2, 3. P, 2, 3. So remember, X coordinate is the perpendicular distance from the Y axis, and Y coordinate is the perpendicular distance from the X axis. Think over and you will understand. X coordinate is the perpendicular distance from the Y axis. Y coordinate is the perpendicular distance from the X axis. Isn't it? That you should know. Okay. So 2 means along X axis I moved 2 units, and 3 means along Y axis I moved 3 units. So draw horizontal line, draw vertical line, intersection point gives you the point P. One more way of telling this point 2, 3 is move along X axis 2 units and then move along the Y axis 3 units to reach point 2, 3. So this way 2, this way 3 to reach point P, 2, 3. Clear? Next, represent Q -4, 3. Move along X axis -4 units and move along Y axis 3 units. But move along, when I say X axis, these distances are with respect to the origin. Please remember, the distances that are measured are with respect to origin. So Q equals -4, 3. -4 means along negative X axis I have to move 4 units. Towards this side it is positive X axis. Towards the left of the origin, negative X axis. Towards or above O, above the origin, positive Y axis. Below the origin, negative Y axis. So Q equals -4, 3. Towards the negative, along the negative X axis, 4 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, -4, and 3 units along the positive Y axis. From here to positive axis, 3 units here. So I am moving like this up to how many units? 3 units, like this. 5 I draw here. Yeah, is correct. Minus 4 comma 3, minus 4 comma 3. This is the point Q. Representation of points, all of you are quite familiar. Now let us see, obtain images of point 2, 3 on x-axis, on y-axis and about the origin. So first let me represent point 2, 3 and then take the image on x-axis. Already I have drawn point 2 comma 3, here it is. Okay, please listen carefully. I am solving this fifth one now. Obtain image of point P comma P 2 comma 3, this point on x-axis, on y-axis and about the origin. I have to produce the image of this. Listen very carefully. In order to produce the image of point P on x-axis, hold the mirror on x-axis like this. Hold the mirror on x-axis like this. So the image of this will be formed here, isn't it? If I hold this mirror, where is the image formed? Virtual image is formed over here, is it not? If you look from there, इसका image आपको इधर दिखाई देगा and object distance should be equal to image distance. So image on x-axis is P dash x, I'll write here. This is how it is. This is P dash. What are the coordinates? First x coordinate. What are the coordinates of y? Minus 3. So y coordinate changed here. So image of P on x-axis is P dash 2 minus 3. What about the image of P on y-axis? In order to produce, I will erase this part so that I will be able to form the image of this on this side. Okay. So let me erase this part here. You need to know a lot of things in this, okay? Fine. Image of point P on y-axis. What you have to do? Hold the mirror along the y-axis. Where the image is formed? Along the y-axis. If this is a mirror, this is the reflecting surface. Image of this P you see from here. Image of this P will be here. Correct? And image distance is equal to object distance. So from here to here, what is the distance? 2 units. So from here to here, this side it is 2 units. So this side it is 2 units. And height is same, along the same. So here the image is formed. So name of this one, here I write P1 dash and here it is P2 dash. What are the coordinates over here? Minus 2, minus 3. Minus 2, comma 3 here, plus 3. Minus 2 plus 3. So P dash, I write here P dash 2 minus 2 comma 3 is the image of point P 2 comma 3 on y-axis, and P1 dash 2 minus 3 is the image of point P 2 comma 3 on x-axis. So आप लोगों को अच्छी तरह समझ में आया क्या इमेज है. Image on x-axis is that x-axis acts like a mirror. Image on y-axis is y-axis acts like a mirror. And generally image distance is equal to the object distance. So the distance of this image from this mirror is same as this much. Here also this is the object distance and this is the image distance. Both are equal because in plane mirror object distance is equal to image distance, or image distance is equal to object distance, you can say. This is how. Now one more question is, we solved on x-axis, on y-axis, about the origin. About the origin here is, if the object is in the quadrant 1, the image is formed in quadrant 3 here, Q3. If the object is in Q2, image is formed in this quadrant. If the object is here, image is formed here. If the object is here, image is formed here. That means at the origin, hold the mirror at 45 degrees like this. image of point P about this mirror is this distance from here to here is equal to from here to here. So this point will be replicated or this point. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? So image of point P about the origin over here is -2, -3. -2 is here, -3 is here. Its coordinates will change. This one P3 dash -2 -3. Clear? If this is the object, this is the image. If this is the object, this is the image. This is about the origin. About the origin means you have to hold the mirror at 45 degree at origin. If the object is over here, then where do you hold this mirror? If the object is here, you hold the mirror like this, so that ये object है, यहाँ पे image गिरेगा उसका. Clear? So we have understood what is a Cartesian plane, x-axis, y-axis, how to represent the points using capital letters, and always x coordinate is written first, y coordinate is written next, and the point on x-axis is represented by x, 0, point on y-axis is 0, y. ये बहुत important चीज़ है. आप लोगों को बाद में मैं बोलूँगा नहीं, आप लोगों को सिखाऊंगा नहीं मैं बाद में. Now only you should know a point, generally representation of a point on x-axis is x, 0 और y-axis is 0, y. ये बहुत अच्छी तरह मालूम होना चाहिए, because I'll be using this n number of times in my solving the numericals. Okay, वो ये याद होना चाहिए आपको how to represent these points. Next, origin is represented by this. How to represent couple of points and obtaining the images on x-axis, on y-axis, and about the origin. So note down this information. Point number 1, 2, 3, 4 with this Cartesian plane, which plays a basic coordinate system, and you must know all these things. Note down, please. Yeah. Now we will see the distance formula, the first formula that you are going to see in this chapter. क्या इसका derivation आ सकता है distance formula? Yes, absolutely. You can get an exam, in the exam, derive an expression for the distance between two given points or 2 points. That is how it is. So what is our objective over here? Distance formula. Distance formula is used to find out the distance between two given points. Let us consider 2 points here. Or first, what is the question? Find the distance between 2 points P and Q. That is, find PQ. The meaning of PQ, AB, CD, EF, the meaning of this is it represents the lengths. See, for example, here I will tell you. AB, if I write in coordinate geometry, this AB represents particularly a length, that is the distance between point A and B. Similarly, PQ is nothing but the length over here. Okay, I hope you are understanding that. So find the distance between the points P and Q, that is nothing but find PQ. In order to find PQ, let me take 2 points P and Q. Coordinates of point P are x1, y1, coordinates of Q are x2, y2, which is written over here. First, let me explain this diagram now. P and Q are the 2 points, x1, y1, x2, y2 are the coordinates of the point P and Q respectively. Here, the meaning of P, x1, y1 meaning, if we consider point P, x1, y1 meaning, from here to here, this is x1, OR is x1. You understood? And y1 is from here to here, or from here to here is y1. TS is equal to y1. OR equals x1. Next, Q, x2, y2, meaning from O to S. For point Q, this is the distance I have to move along the x-axis. OS equals x2 and SQ equals y2 here written. From here to here is nothing but from here to here, which is y2. So for point Q, OS is x2, SQ is y2. SQ is y2. Now you have understood from here to here x1, from here to here x2, the distance pt is equal to rs is equal to from here to here minus from here to here, that is x2 minus x1. Therefore this distance pt is x2 minus x1. In this triangle PQT, what is the value of pt here? From here you can say OS minus OR, which is x2 minus x1, is this distance pt. Similarly, can you find out qt here? Qt is equal to qs, which is y2, minus ts, which is y1. So y2 minus y1 gives from here to here this distance, y2 minus y1. This is nothing but from here to here, qt is y2 minus y1. So I hope in this triangle PQT you have understood that it is a right angle triangle. PQT is a right angle triangle here. So right angled at T basically. In triangle PQT, PT is x2 minus x1, QT is y2 minus y1. Is this very clear? So the same thing I have written here. Consider 2 points P, x1, y1 and x2, y2, Q, x2, y2. OR is equal to x1, OS is x2, PT equals RS equals PT equals RS equals OS minus OR, which is x2 minus x1, and therefore PT is x2 minus x1. Similarly, TS is y1, from here to here it is y1, because coordinate of point P, y coordinate of point P is y1. From here to here y1, from here to here y1, from here to here it is y1. And QS, from here to here this distance is y2, this y2. QT is QS minus TS. QS is y2 minus TS is y1. So y2 minus y1 is QT. This is what it is written. So in triangle PQT, now you calculated PT and QT. Now apply right angle Pythagoras theorem for this PQT. So in triangle PQT, by Pythagoras theorem, PQ square is equal to hypotenuse square is equal to sum of squares of the other two legs. PQ square equals PT square plus TQ square. That is what it is written. So PQ is equal to under root of PT square plus QT square. What is PT? X2 minus x1. Substitute here. X2 minus x1 the whole square. QT y2 minus y1. Substitute the whole square. And therefore the distance between P and Q, which is nothing but the length PQ, is given by under root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. This is called the distance formula, which is represented by here PQ is equal to this. I have written here R also, which is I have interchanged this coordinate. See, in this case, in the present situation, x2 is greater than x1. Therefore, x2 minus x1, the difference is positive only. But if I make it x1 minus x2, this difference will get the value of negative value. But as there is a squared relation over here, the negative values square is also positive only, and therefore whether I write this way formula or this way the formula, it does not make any difference. For example, x2 minus x1 is plus 6 you got. 6 square is 36. x1 minus x2 will be minus 6. So minus 6 the whole square, it is plus 36 only. And therefore, as here there is a squared relation, whether x2 minus x1 or x1 minus x2, it will not make any difference at all. So what is the distance formula between 2 points? If the 2 points are given as x1 y1, x2 y2, then the distance between those 2 points is under root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square, or under root of x1 minus x2 the whole square plus y1 minus y2 the whole square, whichever that is applicable. Both are same only. Now somebody may ask me that whenever we take the square root sign, we used to take plus or minus. Here plus or minus, isn't it? That you know already the process. But here when it is PQ square to PQ it is reduced, why can't we put plus or minus over here? Please remember the distances can never be negative, but displacements can be negative. But in geometry always we talk about the distances or the lengths, and the length can never be negative, and therefore negative is ruled out. PQ is equal to plus under root of x2 minus x1 the whole square, or PQ is equal to plus under root of PT square plus QT square. It will never be negative, please remember, because distances cannot be negative, lengths of the sides cannot be negative, lengths of the geometrical figures cannot be negative. That is one important thing. So you have understood how to calculate the distance between 2 points PQ. If coordinates of P are x1, y1, Q are x2, y2, then the distance between these two is this minus this. The difference in the coordinate x coordinate the whole square plus the difference in the y coordinates the whole square. X2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. This is how we can obtain the distance formula or to calculate the length of a particular line segment. Okay. Now I hope you have understood this one distance formula. What is the distance of a point from the origin? This is one more peculiar thing. Here you consider a coordinate system here and let P x y be a point at this location. Consider a point P, coordinates are x comma y. X means from here to here it is x, from here to here it is y. So in triangle OPT, it is a right angle triangle. Apply Pythagoras theorem. OP square equals OT square plus PT square. OP square is equal to OT square plus PT square, but OP is equal to under root of OT square plus PT square plus only. And what is OT here? X. What is PT? Y. So OP is equal to under root of x square plus y square. So the distance between O and P, which is represented by OP, is equal to under root of x square plus y square. This is the formula for the distance of a point from the origin. These two are the basis from which we can begin to solve the numericals. Okay. So the distance formula and the distance of a point from the origin. Interestingly here, see in this point, in this formula, let P is equal to x comma y. Okay. P is equal to x comma y, and this remove this Q. Only you consider P here. X1 y1. Consider x1 y1 as x and y. What about x2 y2? Put 0 because we are not bothered at all. See, I want to derive the distance of the point P from origin. OP is equal to how much is my calculation now. I can use this formula and also arrive at that formula. So let the coordinates of the point P be x comma y and Q 0 0 0 comma 0, because I don't want this. I want OP. So OP is equal to, in that case this PQ becomes OP is equal to, what is x1 here? X. What is y1 there? Y. x2 0, y2 0. So it will be x square plus y square, under root of x square plus y square. That's how we can get this formula also. So note down these two things. From this we will start to solve few numericals. First I will take a couple of numericals, simple numericals, and then we will study how to solve the geometrical figures, the properties of the geometrical figures: square, rectangle, parallelogram, rhombus, triangle, circle, etc. Some properties and how to calculate the distance, or how to prove that the given coordinates represent the circle, how to prove that the given coordinates represent the square, how to prove that the given coordinates represent the triangle, how to prove that the given coordinates represent the rhombus, how to prove that the given coordinates represent the square, how to prove that the given coordinates represent the rectangle. ये सारे हैं इसमें. So note down first distance formula. I will take exercise 7.1, first numerical. There are 3 in that sub questions. Find the distance between the following pairs of points. This is what it is given. Let me take the first one. Exercise 7.1, first main. In that first question, what is the question? Find the distance between pair of points. Find the distance between pair of points. So let me solve couple of problems from this, and let's see. First one, 2, 3 and another is 4, 1. 4, 1. This is how the problem is given. but generally it is a good practice to represent the given points in the form of A, B, C, D capital letters. So let me assign point P for 2, 3, point Q for 4, 1, and then I can find out PQ by distance formula. So let the points be P 2, 3 and Q 4, 1. Now it is preferable if you write x1, y1, x2, y2 there itself. You understand? So what I'll write over here, this is x1, y1 and this is x2, y2. Okay, so that it is very easy to find out the distance and trace it. Okay, now by distance formula, PQ is equal to under root of, what is that, x1 minus x2 the whole square. As I told you, whether it is x1 minus x2 or x2 minus x1, it will not make any difference. Even if you get the negative values inside, because of the squared relation, it will automatically become positive. Okay, because under root of negative values are not allowed in general, under root of negative value, but here it will get converted to positive value because there is a squared relation here. So PQ is equal to x1 minus x2 the whole square plus y1 minus y2 the whole square, which is equal to under root of, what is x1 y1 here, P2, 3, what is x1 y1, x1 is 2 minus 4 the whole square plus 3 minus 1 the whole square. I hope you are able to understand. Okay, so this is equal to under root of 2 minus 4 minus 2 the whole square plus 3 minus 1 2 the whole square, which is under root of 4 plus 4, which is under root of 8. Under root of 8 can also be written as under root of 4 into 2, which is equal to 2 root 2, and therefore PQ is equal to 2 root 2. Check the answer. Yeah. Yeah. So the answer is PQ is equal to 2 root 2. Can I solve one more one? Let us take one more example and then you can note down. Find the distance between minus 5, 7, second one, minus 5, 7 and minus 1, 3. Okay, so how to solve this one? Let's see. Let minus 5, 7 and be minus 1, 3 be the points. Therefore, see here, I can mark x1, y1 here itself, x2, y2. Okay, or else आपको ऐसा भी लिख सकते हैं. See here, I'll just tell you one method, but it is preferable like this. Let, you can write like this. Let A x1, y1 is equal to minus 5, 7. ऐसा भी लिख सकते हैं आप. Let point A x1, y1 is equal to minus 5, 7. इसका मतलब ये होगा कि x1 is minus 5, y1 is 7. You can do like this also, but if you write below that, it is preferable. Okay, I think that's okay. I mean, no need to write so very much in detail for this, because in your textbook also, even he will not even write x1, y1 and all. He will directly take minus 5 minus of minus 1 the whole square, something like that. But at least आप ऐसा mention करिए x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay. Next, how to find out AB is equal to under root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square, which is under root of x2 minus 1 minus of minus 5 plus 5 the whole square plus y2 3 minus 7 the whole square, under root of 4 the whole square plus minus 7 minus 3 4 the whole square, which is under root of 16 plus 16 under root of 32, which can be written as under root of 16 into 2, which is 4 root 2, and therefore AB equals 4 root 2 should be my answer. It is correct. So one more I'll take, the third problem in that. Find the distance between AB and minus A minus B. Third one, distance between A comma B and minus A minus B. Minus A minus B. See, this is how we have to find out the distance between these two. So let me assign S and T for this one. Let S A comma B and T minus A minus B be the points. Therefore, and here you write x1 y1, here x2 y2. This is for your reference. It is better if you write. Okay, fine. Therefore, ST is equal to under root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square, which is equal to under root of x2 minus a minus of a the whole square plus y2 minus b minus b the whole square, which is equal to under root of minus a minus 2a minus 2 a the whole square 4a square and plus minus b minus 2b minus 2b the whole square minus plus 4b square. So यहाँ पे लिखूंगा my final answer. ओके इसका यहाँ पे लिख रहा हूँ, ध्यान दीजिए. ओके therefore ST is equal to 4 common under root of 4 common a square plus b square, which is equal to 4 बाहर आ जाएगा 2 under root of a square plus b square. This is the distance between the given 2 points. Check it, 2 root of a square plus b square. So ये तो सिंपल फार्मूला है. आप लोगों को ये नहीं आएगा. You will not get even for half mark such questions. Only to demonstrate that find the distance between this. Can you find the distance between AB discussed in section? और एक इधर ही find out कर देता हूँ and then you can note down, or you first note it down. I hope you can pause the video and note it down. Okay, fine. I am erasing now. I'll solve one more problem. This side. Question goes like this: find a distance between 0, 0 and 36, 15. 36, 15. Okay, so let A 0, 0 and B 36, 15 be points. Given points भी लिख सकते हैं. सो ए बन जाएगा x1 y1 और ए बन जाएगा x2 y2. ध्यान दे दीजिए, between always these 2 points I have to represent comma. These are comma separated. I am telling you once again, please remember dear students, all these points which we represent inside a bracket are comma separated. Sometimes I will not use comma over here in order to avoid confusion for you people, लेकिन आप लोग comma ज़रूर use करना चाहिए. If you do not use comma, it is not a correct way of representation of any point. कहाँ comma आएगा? Say point here, it is x1 comma y1. This comma separation is most important. Sometimes I am not writing here x1 y1, यहाँ पे कॉमा डाल दिया तो आप लोगों को कन्फ्यूजन होगा, इसलिए मैं यहाँ कॉमा नहीं डाल रहा हूँ. अदरवाइज इफ यू डू नॉट पुट कॉमा, इट इज नॉट अ करेक्ट थिंग. प्लीज पुट कॉमा इन योर ऑल राइटिंग्स. इज इट क्लियर? ओके, फाइन. देखिए अभी, सो ए बी इज इक्वल टू अंडर रूट ऑफ, एक्चुअली 0 0 तो छोड़ देना चाहिए, ए बी इज डायरेक्टली डिस्टेंस ऑफ अ पॉइंट फ्रॉम द ओरिजिन, ए एक्स बन जाएगा, ए वाई बन जाएगा, डायरेक्टली एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस वाई स्क्वायर आल्सो आई कैन टेक इट. इज इट क्लियर फॉर यू? एंड देयरफॉर 36 द होल स्क्वायर प्लस 15 द होल स्क्वायर, दिस इज व्हाट इट इज. सो दिस इज इक्वल टू 36 द होल स्क्वायर कितना आएगा 36 का, 36 इंटू 36 विच इज 1296, 1296 plus 15 225. So this will be under root of 1521, 1521. Is it possible to find out the square root of this one? 39. So AB is equal to 39 units. Basically छोड़ दीजिए, कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री में भी कुछ यूनिट्स का कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. That's okay. So AB is equal to 39. Let me check the answer. Is it 39? Yeah, it is 39. Anything is there? Determine if the points form collinear. Okay. ठीक है. In my next lecture, I think I'll end the lecture over here because it's an introduction. We'll end the lecture over here. What is that I'm taking next? And you have to revise first from R.D. Sharma. Before I discuss that, what is that I am looking for next in my next class is properties of square, rectangle, rhombus, parallelogram, quadrilateral, triangle, circle. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? So आप लोगों को ये प्रॉपर्टीज कहाँ से स्टडी करना है? From R.D. Sharma. Your textbook does not give much information, but textbook has asked many more questions than R.D. Sharma in that. टेक्स्ट बुक में बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस ऐसा है जो प्रूव दैट द वर्टाइसेस गिवन रिप्रेजेंट अ स्क्वायर. हाउ द वर्टाइसेस विल रिप्रेजेंट द स्क्वायर, जस्ट फॉर योर इंफॉर्मेशन. सपोज ये देखिए 2,3, 4,5, 6,8 and 3,-4. Check whether these points represent a square or not. This is the question. Check these points represent the square or not. So मैं क्या करूँगा उसको, let A this one, B this one, and C is this, and D is this. I do not know whether A, B, C, D are taken cyclically, acyclically, or anticyclically. I do not know. Therefore इसके लिए क्या करना चाहिए? But I know the properties of square. What are the properties of a square? All the sides should be equal, but you have missed one more property. Isn't it? Just being all the sides equal not enough for a square. You thought all the sides are equal, therefore square. 90 डिग्री बोल रहे हैं आप लोग, रॉन्ग है. 90 डिग्री, हम लोग कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं, वो डिग्री किधर की बात है, वो डिग्री नहीं आएगा यहाँ पे. देयर इज नो 90 डिग्री, 80 डिग्री एंड ऑल हियर. So how do you find out that? How do you validate whether the given points represent the square? The properties of the square are, with respect to the distance formula, all sides should be equal, and not only that, the diagonals should be equal. Then it becomes a square. So ये एंगल बिंगल नहीं आ रहा है यहाँ पे. We are not talking about any angle at all यहाँ पे. How do you prove that the given coordinates represent a right angle triangle? Okay, you will calculate one distance, another distance, and angle. How do you calculate angle in coordinate geometry? Angle का मतलब ही नहीं है. Then I'll use Pythagoras theorem. If the square of any one side, square of one side is equal to sum of squares of the other two sides which I find out, then it will be validated as a right angle triangle. So therefore, listen dear students, the properties of square, rectangle, rhombus, parallelogram, quadrilateral, triangle, circle आपको अच्छी तरह मालूम होना चाहिए. If not, you really have it. Okay, so I hope note down all these things. So interesting to discuss. Before that, you can go through R.D. Sharma and look at those properties, because it is the beginning of the chapter itself. Look for those properties and be ready when I solve next time the questions related to geometrical figures. So we'll end the lecture over here. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture.